Go through your phone and go through the parts in your chat where everybody else, and you're talking about your work and you're giving a hot take and you're completely unfiltered and you're saying the thing the way the thing needs to be said, and everybody else is jumping in and they're like, girl, say less, or they're like double click, right? Or maybe it's something that you slip and you say somehow on social media. Maybe your social media is private, and that's the thing that like catches a flame and everybody is hearting it, and people are like, is it okay for me to copy this, to say it somewhere else? Girl, that right there, that is the crux of what you need to say the next time you're invited on a panel, the next time you're in front of an audience as a keynote, the next time you are pitching something and your heart is racing. That is exactly what we're going to push forward. By the end of this video, I promise you, you're going to understand the difference between the public-facing message, which is often a lot more sanitized. I understand why. It's a safer version, right? And it's often the version that we think this is what the audience wants to hear, versus the part that is the message that is completely unfiltered. And I'm not telling you, like, you're smart to not lead with the unfiltered part. I'm not asking you to be messy, but I am saying that part that is earned, that is actually from lived experience, that's the part that is the truth. And that's the part that we're really excited about. At the end of this video, you're going to be able to track for yourself. Which one am I leading with? Am I leading with the public? Am I leading with the group chat, the private version? And what's the gap between the two? And how do we start closing that gap? Okay, let's get into it. What gets lost between the group chat and standing up on stage is not actually politeness, it's heat. And you see this right now in a trend that's happening in conferences. It's also a trend that you can see right now on YouTube. Instead of having these super polished TED-style talks where people get up and speak for 30 minutes, maybe they also have like a slide deck. Instead, what's happening at conferences, it's just one founder with a mic, maybe a stool. Basically, think of the setup like a comedian, and that person is just like given free rein to just let it rip, right? Why is this happening? Why on YouTube are the creators who are snuggled up on a couch, maybe they have like a warm fuzzy blanket around them, and they're just talking to you like you're hanging out with a friend in their living room? Why are those videos outperforming the ones that are super high production with like 500 people running around and it's like so much money and so much prep and thought? It's because audiences are onto something. It's not that they value preparation any less. Actually, those moments on those conference stages, right? Like the ones that are made to look like that comedian that's just up there just sharing a couple of stories and it's just you and them. It's not that that person hasn't prepared. In fact, to pull that off, sometimes it takes more preparation than the thing that is a TED-style talk. Same with what's happening on YouTube. Those people who make you feel like, oh, we're just sitting on my couch in my living room. I got this snuggly thing. I've got my mug over there. I've got my mug and it's like just kiki, highly choreographed, probably super scripted, probably really well prepared, okay? The difference is people don't want to feel distance. People want to get as close to you as possible. They want to feel like you are sharing something that is completely true, right? And you're saying something maybe that's a little bit like helter-skelter, maybe something that you're not supposed to say. And I'm not advocating for the kind of leadership that's kind of gotten way rogue, way out of line, that's like, I'll just say whatever, and especially when saying whatever is about hurting other people and marginalizing certain people. That's not what we're here for. Not what we're here for, okay? What we are here for is advocating for you to let the, like, what do you call it, the mirror, let the filter down a little bit. Can you allow people to see you in your truth as your truth actually is? And that's not performing something in an unfiltered way and an unconsidered way. Like I said, a lot of times those people you see on those conferences or on YouTube, there's a lot of preparation that goes on before that. What I am saying is, can you allow people to get a little bit closer to the truth and to the heat of the truth, and you can still be polite at the same time? Those things, they're not mutually exclusive. Saying it in a way that allows people to take it in versus watering it down where there is no heat, where there is no truth, where it's like who is the real human being here? Like, is there a human being here? Am I just speaking to a nice AI bot? People are weary of that, and they're even more weary, as they should be, you can understand, because AI is so ubiquitous. So the more you can just speak off the cuff and let people in on the true truth, right? With as little filter as possible, the more powerful that message. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that line that you pulled from a voice note or from your group chat, and I want you to read it to yourself out loud. Did you flinch a little bit when you read it? Were you like, oh my God, girl, can I really say this in public? Did you feel that emotion? Because if you felt that emotion, that's it. That is it. That is the heat. And the emotional kernel, that's the thing that we don't want to lose as we make it well prepared for the stage. I'm not telling you to say it in a way that makes you feel dangerous and like, oh my God, I'm loosey-goosey and maybe I'm making people feel vulnerable or saying things that are hurtful. Not what we're talking about at all. But what are we talking about? The thing that made you flinch, the thing that made you like, oh, clutch my pearls. That's because you're naming something that is true. Keep that heat. Now, this is the real challenge. That revised line that you now have, I want you to open your keynote or your panel exactly with that line. I want you to lead with the heat and to add details to that heat, to add the receipts. Why is it that you feel so passionately about this thing and you're saying it in this way that's very truthful and in the way that you would if you were keying it in the group chat with people that are trusted? Make no mistake, and I want to be clear here, and I want to let you know, like, I see you, right? There has to be a difference between your tone and your register on the group chat versus how you show up on a panel, because girl, you're smart, like you know the things, right? And you can also read a room, quite frankly. But remember, we're not talking about changing, like keeping the same register. What we're talking about is how can you tell the truth? That takes courage and confidence, which you already have, but say it in a way that's actually going to land and in a way where you're backing it up with the receipts. I want to know in comments, which version of you do you typically lead with when you're on a panel? Is it the LinkedIn version of you, or is it the version of you that says things in the group chat that nobody else gets to hear? Are you completely unfiltered when you get up there on the panel, or do you completely edit yourself down and later on you're like, what I really wish I'd said was XYZ? Or are you doing the thing where you're very, 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 very group chat energy heavy, and later on you're like, I'm not so sure, maybe I went a little bit too far? Let me know in comments which one you are. I will let you know. I am definitely I shoot from the hip, honey. Like, I say the thing the way that I believe the thing needs to be said. That's me, and I'll let you know in comments, like, that's always gonna be me, okay? Thank you so much for listening. My name is Machochodi. If you would like to go a little bit deeper with us, maybe you actually do have a panel, or maybe you're preparing for a season of panels and being invited to speak, and the New York Times actually is calling you, and you would like just an hour of speaking with somebody to help you brainstorm through these big strategic communication work that you're doing. I do have an hour available if that's something that you're interested in, where we can hop on for 1 hour and I can support you with questions that you have. Link to that is in the details. In the show description. My name is Machochodi. This is Madam Speaker Says. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.